A lot of you guys are in AL trying to sell items you've bought for like merch price or whatever, and you're having a hard time selling them, so you try different strategies to sell them, and those strategies don't work. Also, if you're a merchant and you're experienced, you will realize that time is money. The faster you can sell your item, the faster you can get your gold, as long as you sell your item at a good price, like profitable and stuff like that. You know it's going to make you more because you could buy another item to resell, stuff like that. I really don't suggest buying and selling throughout maps and gears, but people continue to do it, so I'm just going to make a video to at least assist, because I know how this stuff works. I've been doing it for years on this game. So, firstly, some of you guys spam the living fuck out of the chat inside of these maps. The issue with that is when you spam the living fuck out of these maps with your chats, same message, 5 messages a second, people ignore list you. Meaning that's less buyers you have. They will no longer see your messages. The ignore list, whoever is on that list, cannot do anything with you. Cannot trade you, friend you, party you, go to your house, message you, anything like that. I actually had over 800 people on my ignore list at one time, but I cleaned it. I only got like 40 left. Those 40 are going to stay there. They did some personal stuff to me. They can stay on the ignore list. But like, you're spamming the map. People are trying to read their guild chat. People are trying to read their private messages, and they're trying to read other chats inside the map. And when you're sitting there saying the same message 5 times a second, they can't read anything. So they're like, okay, this dude's annoying as hell, let's ignore list him. There you go, you lost a buyer. So instead of spamming one singular map over and over again, go to different maps. Like, you have all of these maps to go to, all these towns, and just say your message once and move to a different map, say your message again. But like, try to get into maps with different people all the time, because you stay in one map, it's the same people who see your message over and over again. If those people read your message and they don't message you, it means they don't want your item. So you have to go and try to find other people who will possibly want to buy your item off of you. And so that's why I say go to different maps. You can even go to your friend list to join different instances, like Expedition Camp. There's multiple servers of it with many different people inside of those servers. But like, you have to use your friend list to join your friends in those other servers. Like, if I'm in this map right now and I go to the world map, I try to remap, it brings me to the same map. But like, if I go to my friend list, if someone's in Expedition Camp, I don't think anyone is. No, I guess not. I can't. No, yeah. So I press join on this person and I can join their map. See, there's different people here. So just try to spread the message out throughout the game, not one simple map. This next thing, a lot of people do it to me all the time, but like, you guys are wasting your time doing this. And the thing is, people try to force others to buy their item. Like, it doesn't work that way. People come up to me all the time. Oh, you're so rich, can you please buy this item off of me? Please buy my item. And I'll be like, no, I don't want it. You know what I mean? People message me asking me this all the time. And then they'll be like, oh no, just do it just for me, no one else. I'm like, dude, everyone else did before you has already tried that. Doesn't work. If I don't want your item, I'm not gonna buy it. Same as everyone else. If they don't want your item, they're not gonna buy it. You're wasting your time. And the worst part about it is some people will have an item worth about 500,000 or a million, and they'll try to sell it for 5 million more than what it's worth. And that's just where it becomes more annoying, because, I mean, they're trying to rip you off and force you to buy an item you don't want. You guys are wasting your time doing that too. It gets really annoying as well. It also gets you ignore listed. And it also gets you noticed as someone who might potentially scam people if you was to try to overprice and sell an item to someone that they don't want. This next thing I go over is mostly targeted towards the newer players. The newer players of this game will literally go by the auction no matter what. And that's a big mistake because there's a lot of them who will have an item, they'll try to sell it for so much more than what it's worth, and they'll have a person come by and tell them what the item's actually worth, and the guy selling the item, which is like newer, he'll become a bitch and just try insulting the guy that tries to help him out. So like, going by the auction is one of your biggest mistakes. And here's why. So, if I go to this auction here, say if I don't know anything about these item prices, and I'm just a new merchant trying to make some gold, you see this person has 2 of these orbs listed in the auction for 10 and 5 mil. These guys will go on alt characters with these orbs and try selling them for quote quote merch price would probably be 1.5 million gold to newer players. And these orbs are actually worth 200,000 each or so. That's just an example I can give. I don't know if this guy's actually doing this or not, but like that's just an example I can give because I know these orbs are not worth this much, and that's the only thing I see currently to be extremely overpriced. But like, there's more options to just going by the auction. Like if you go to the forums, you go to the trader market, say, I don't know that, say if I go to the auction and I want a Cinder vanity. So I'm going to search Cinder. The Rogue's Cinder vanity, like there's none in the auction. So I go to the forums and I search for Cinder. I mistyped, can't fucking spell. If I search for Cinder, it pops up all these threads. All you have to do is go through the threads and watch what date they sell on as well, because you have to keep up the relevant dates. You can't just go back to a thread from 2017 and think that's the price of today, because it's not. So August 13th is this thread right here, sell Cinder set. Does it have a price? Move on to the next thread and scroll down, and the main thing you're looking for is offers for the item. You don't want to go by item price most of the time because it's going to be overpriced sometimes. You want to go by the offers people are giving because it's going to be more accurate than going by what people have stuff listed for. I fucking love getting disconnected. That's such a great thing. But yeah, just don't go by the auction, else you're probably going to get scammed, or you're going to lose a lot of time trying to sell stuff because you have your items listed too high when they're worth a lot less. I kind of also forgot to mention about the auction subject. If you don't know an item's price, you can go to the forums. Sometimes you can go off the auction, you can ask your guild, you can ask maps, you can ask your friends. You have a lot of sources to get information from. But another thing you have to watch out for is if you're selling an item and someone comes by and tries to tell you that the item's cheaper and they want to buy it, you have to watch out for that because they'll try to get your item for way less than what it's worth. Okay, so I'm done with those 3 main subjects of what people do wrong all the time. Of course there's more, but those are the 3 main ones I wanted to go over because they happen all the time. So this next subject is going to be about selling items. If you are having the absolute hardest time of your life trying to get rid of an item, like selling it for gold, you have to realize that gold is not the only option that you have. You have many more options than just gold. You have people in the chat all the time and all these maps selling different items. Just, if you see an item you know the price of that you want, that you think you could sell faster, just go up to that person, offer your item for their item. It has to be plus gold, or even if it doesn't have to be. I mean, you might have to add another item to match the price. They might have to add another item. Things like that. But like, gold isn't the only option you have. You can trade people items for items. You can go to the forums, list your items there. I mean, you can use Discord servers. There's a lot of options you have. But everyone's always focused on one map, one group of people, and gold. You need to open up, go to different maps. Accept items and gold. Accept items. Go to Discord servers. I mean, there's a lot of options, but like, you have to physically do it. So yeah, So yeah, I think I went over everything I wanted to go over in this video, but the thing I wanted to stress out the most is knowing the price of the item you're going to buy or the item that you're trying to sell. That is the most important thing ever when becoming a merchant, because if you overpay for an item, you lose gold. If you undersell an item, like if you get lowballed and you accept the lowball, you get screwed over because you also lose gold. So the most accurate form of information is going to be the forms. Shit, I'm messing with all my guns here, sorry about that. But the most accurate form of information is the forums. If you go into the forums, you don't even need an account. You can just open up the trader's market, search for the item you're selling or buying. You'll get a lot of price references here. You just have to watch for the dates, because you cannot go off of, say, an item that was listed 7 months ago and it has a price there. I mean, you can use that price as a reference, but you cannot say it's the actual price because that was 7 months ago. You have to find a way to keep up to date with prices. This is like the most accurate way there possibly is right now. But I mean, I use it almost daily when I play Ale. Just search for an item, look at what people have offers on it for, look at what people are selling it for, things like that. All you have to do is scroll through the threads, try finding your item. Computer is the absolute best way to do this, because on a phone it's quite a bit difficult, where the browser, like if you're using Chrome on your Android or Safari on your iPhone, the browser's kind of weird looking. It's kind of weird to mess around with. But on a computer, I mean, you could see it here. It's just so damn simple. You scroll, you read. Same on the phones, it's just their HUD is different, I guess. The way they look. But that's all I have to say. Just good luck with selling your stuff.